The enemy, they have us completely surrounded. I'm gonna have to bring out the big guns. So, MoonCat's bottles are just randomly exploding? Let's talk about that. Hi, my name is Linry, and I just wanted to have a conversation and help spread the word about the going-ons of MoonCat right now. If you enjoy nail polish related content or someone who's just doing tomfoolery on the internet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It'd mean oh so much, and thank you to the people who already hit that button. Now, I am trying something new today. As you can hopefully not see, I have a green screen. And for my first time trying to play with a green screen, I also decided to wear a green shirt to make it extra difficult. So what is going on? Well, if you are living under a rock or you just don't participate in any of the discourse online about brands and whatnot, MoonCat's been having a little bit of an oopsie with its bottles. People have been reporting for months now that they are receiving broken bottles in the mail, and recently, someone just posted that one of their MoonCat bottles shattered in their hand when they opened it, sending them to the ER. Now, I'm just curious about how much of this is legitimate criticism or people who are trying to bash the brand, because MoonCat is an absolutely loved brand. It's everywhere. You see it on Instagram. It does well on YouTube. Some of my best videos are MoonCat ones. It is a very, very beloved brand. But that also means it is a very hated brand. And if you know anything about the internet, if you have people who love you, you're gonna have people who absolutely despise you and just like shit talk you for no reason. So I'm looking at some of the criticisms, some people who were like, this is why I've never purchased from MoonCat. Well, motherfucker, your opinion doesn't matter because you've never purchased from MoonCat. Now, let me paint a picture of where I stand in the MoonCat stratosphere. I wouldn't consider myself a stan. I'm not really a stan of anything besides Nicole Loves. Stan her. But I am highly critical of the brand. I have spent a lot of money on it, and I do love my MoonCats, and I've recommended them time and time again. Hence also why I want to talk about this, because MoonCat appears on my channel quite often, and I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm being absolutely fair. So I want to go back to, when did this all start? When did we start seeing these broken bottles? Because it has been a topic of discussion on the subreddit, Reddit LAAAAW, constantly. So let's begin with, when did it all start? Where did this all start to go wrong? So I did the most basic thing. I just Googled MoonCat broken bottles, and I was able to find a post from over a year ago on the Reddit LAAAAW subreddit. So I found a post that was labeled, "1/2 of my MoonCat orders is broken. Crying emoji face. I feel you." By the way, I'm not going to be using anyone's usernames in this because I did not ask permission for this to use their Reddit post, but they did post it in an open forum. But just to protect them, I'm not going to use their usernames, but I will be providing links down below to all my sources and all my information gathering and stuff like that. Do not harass anyone. Do not harass anyone. Do not fucking harass anyone, okay? Okay? They're just expressing their opinions. They, and quote, said, "I just want to cry with people who will understand how I feel. One bottle is very cracked and the other is leaking. Very sad heartache. I feel you. P.S. I'm definitely going to write them, but I just wanted some solidarity. Edit, my order is being replaced. Smiling heart emoji." Now, this is the oldest post I can find. I probably, if I spent a bit longer, might be able to find another one, but we do know that MoonCat did change its bottles almost a year ago. Now, one thing to note, also in the comments, people replied saying that they had also experienced broken bottles from their orders. Now, neither of the people in this thread provide actual photographs of their damages or screenshots with them talking to MoonCat's customer support. Now, that is something I want to also take into consideration with this, a grain of salt. I've been on the internet for longer than I should have. And liars be lying. truthers not always be telling full truth. So I also consider evidence to be heavily weighed within this. I'm not saying they're not telling the truth, but no photos were presented. This could be someone just making up a story. But several people did comment in this thread that they had also experienced broken bottles, and none of their usernames lined up with other people who have been posting about broken bottles. So I feel like these are probably safe to assume individuals. Their usernames seem to be somewhat normal to a person making their accounts. When Reddit makes your account, they give you a bunch of random numbers, they give you a bunch of stuff, and it's quite obvious when someone's using a throwaway account versus a normal account. These all seem like normal accounts. These are all just users who have been posting on Reddit, and this wasn't like their first post or whatnot. So safe to say with their naming conventions that these are actual people who are probably using their actual Reddit account. Sorry, I'm just being a disclaimer queen, okay? I want to be 100% fair. This Reddit commenter says, I had a broken bottle in my 5 polish order on Thursday. I sent a polite email with photos and asked if I could have a replacement bottle. I had a response by Friday with an apology. A replacement in the mail. I am very impressed. And feeling a bit guilty because I wasn't looking for anything free. I hope they are looking into their shipping boxes. The top of mine was quite thin. It didn't really shock me that one of the polishes was smashed. Now, I'm going to bring something up that a lot of people have talked about. MoonCat's customer support and how it is fantastic. Now, I cannot speak to the rest of the world. All I can speak to is US law. And by law, they have to offer you a actual refund if your item arrives broken. Now, they don't have to resupply you with the item you received, and this is where I would consider MoonCat's customer service extremely good, because they don't give you a refund, they send you back the product that broke, which is far more expensive for the brand to do, which I really appreciate when brands do that, because I wanted the product. Yes, I want my money back. Actually, legally, you have to give me my money back, but I would like the product. That's what I bought and that's what I want. So when a brand replaces the product, I see that as excellent customer support, and MoonCat does do that. Now, this is US law, so this can only speak to the US. I do not know how Europeans do it. And as MoonCat is a US-based brand, I think that's probably the most relevant to what laws and the fact that they mostly ship within the US and cater a US-based audience. I think this is most relevant. Yes, they have European stockists, but I feel like since they're an American brand, this is what's most relevant to them, US law. Federal law for customer returns and refunds. Federally, retainers must accept returns under 2 basic scenarios. First, federal law requires refunds if the product is defective. Now, if you receive a broken bottle, that is a defective product. They must give you a refund. This is not customer service, this is law. The law's in town. Small variations or cosmetic defects may not legally require a refund. So, if a box is dinged, you might not be entitled to a refund. If your bottle is smashed within the box, then a refund is required. But significant problems with product safety or functionality could conflict with product's advertising. The second scenario is where the seller breaks the sales contract. Sale agreements are binding like any other contract type. Contract is, I hand you money, you give me the product. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy contract. Now, also in the US, we have something called the Consumers Protection Act. The Consumer Protection Act is one of the broadest federal laws for shipping. This law gives you basic rights, including the right to seek a refund, repair, or replacement for a product that are faulty or dangerous. Broken bottles. The right to fair, balanced sales contracts and policies. I give you money, you give me my product. The exception that sellers only offer products that are safe for their intended use. So if MoonCat started saying, hey guys, our nail polish would look great on your eyelid. Put it directly into your eye. That would not be safe, and MoonCat would be liable. Sorry. Sorry, I just envisioned MoonCat being like, hey Moonkittens, we've got this great new idea for you guys. Put it on your eye. Don't put it on your eye. The expectation that a product you buy will match the description from the seller, such as the price, material, size, and risk warnings. All polish comes with a flammable warning label on it. Also, it tells you its expiration date. We all know nail polish doesn't expire, but this is how they can guarantee it's good for a certain amount of time. This is why products have to also have how much product is in it, and it has to be guaranteed. They can have a little bit more in that bottle, but they can't have any less. That is law. That is not them in the goodness of their heart. That is good old Uncle Sam protecting consumers' rights against greedy corporations. Also, this is where I come into another issue with MoonCat, is the swatches. I am very particular about my swatches because I could view that as false advertisement. If you are displaying your product in not a correct way, what the hell? What the hell, brah? No, you have to show me what that product's going to look like. The opportunity to seek legal action or file consumer reports against a business. That one's pretty self-explanatory. You can go after a business if they do something shady. So again, legally, MoonCat does have to provide a refund if the product is damaged. Now, this is where I find a lot of companies will tend to go above and beyond sometimes. Like with HoloTaco, I saw on their subreddit, someone broke a bottle of Featured Guest. It was their own fault. They said it was their own fault. It slipped out of their hand onto their tile floor, smashed it into pieces. And they're like, I'm just so upset. It's a limited edition polish. And HoloTaco support reached out to them and said, hey, would you like another bottle? Now that is customer service beyond what they need to give. And I believe MoonCat also has the same exact customer support as that. I've heard nothing but good things of people just having issues, like something goes wrong, and then MoonCat making it right. So I want to say again, legally, they do have to refund your bottles if they arrive broken, but they do not have to replace them. They only have to offer you a refund, but MoonCat does replace them. And I think that is above and beyond customer support. So, customer support? Ding! I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. Now we're getting to the point where MoonCat's Lunar Sale happened. Now, that post I was talking about was from a year ago. That is when they changed their bottle type to be slightly thinner. And here is a comparison of the bottles. I have an old bottle and a new bottle. Now, you can tell definitely that it has a seam on it. Now, I've never really experienced seams on nail polish bottles. Then I took a closer look at my older MoonCat bottle, and it also has a seam. Now, it's a lot less apparent, but I think what the main issue here is the thinness of the walls of that polish. As we're gonna get into this, I think the failure isn't the seam, and it's actually the face of the bottle. Now we come into MoonCat's Lunar Sale. This is an unprecedented sale. MoonCat does 2 sales a year. That's it. So people save up, they go wild, and then they clean out that warehouse. They do the Lunar Sale, and then they do a Black Friday sale. That is it. Just like HoloTaco, 2 sales a year. So people are waiting for a while. So massive orders go out. MoonCat's also an extremely expensive brand that most people only buy on sale. So this is the biggest day they have all year. Tons of orders go through. Lots of people ordering MoonCat. All of a sudden, lots of bottles being reported broken. Now, here's the thing. Let's apply some logic. They're selling more bottles than ever. MoonCat's warehouse gets wiped out. Yeah, some of the bottles statistically are going to arrive broken because more bottles have been shipped out than ever before. But again, let's use this as a comparison. HoloTaco, not even 2 weeks before MoonCat, had their royalty sale. Another company that only does 2 sales a year. Biggest sale, people wait, and especially the royalty members wait because we know that that sale is going to be a lot deeper than Black Friday. So people go ham. And yet, as a person who is actively a part of the HoloTaco subreddit and Lariska subreddit and all the discords that involve HoloTaco, I didn't really see any broken bottles. This was not an issue. They sent out more bottles than ever, and it was pretty crickets on broken bottles. Broken bottles happen all the time. They happen with HoloTaco. I've seen it before, but it just didn't pop up. So all these posts are 2 months old. That was when everyone started to receive their MoonCat orders. Now, I find this post extremely interesting because of what happened in the comments. So the post reads, MoonCat disappointments, with the photographs of 2 bottles that have been clearly broken in the packaging. So it would be extremely hard for this person to break said bottles, put them back in the packaging and whatnot. And the way they broke doesn't look like a way you could easily do that through the box. I like this photographic evidence. It shows, hey, there was an issue. They say, first time to order MoonCat, 2 separate orders received both on the same day, not one, but both bottles completely shattered and broken. The packaging is crap, and most importantly, the glass is thin as could be, with glass this thin, it's inevitable that the glass would break during transit. This is strictly a MoonCat bottle issue. They're replacing the bottle, which is a good thing, but at the same time, ugh, rolling emoji face. Now, obviously, in this comment thread, it's a bunch of people who are like, I have over 200 MoonCats, none of them arrived broken, and there's a lot of discourse back and forth about this comment section, people just being like, it's not the bottles, it's the packaging, it's not this, it's that, it's whatever, contact customer support. Same old that we see in all these threads, but someone posted something that I thought was extremely interesting, and I feel like a lot of people are ignoring it. This comment only has 20 upvotes, and I feel like it's pretty, like, why? This is very important. Though they, again, did not post photos, so grain of salt. I've never had a MoonCat bottle arrive broken, but I did have a bottle of their top coat spontaneously break on me while I was trying to use it. I contacted their customer service and they sent me a new one. Their bottle definitely seems on the fragile side, which sucks because they are really pretty. I've also had a Cirque bottle break in transit on me. They also sent me a new one, but I'm not buying from Cirque anymore, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. LOL. I can cut that part. That part wasn't relevant. So exactly 68 days from recording, someone reported that one of their bottles spontaneously broke. Now, this is so crazy because this is the issue. This is the issue that everyone's been kind of focusing on. Do we have little tiny baby hand grenades, beautiful, beautiful hand grenades in our collection? Now here is where this is when all of this started to get extreme traction. And this is where I saw the descent of MoonCat happen, where a lot of people, the haters, started to like cling on and they're like, this is why I've never purchased from MoonCat. It's always been terrible. Even though like it hasn't, let's calm down guys. It's just nail polish. It hasn't personally kicked your dog, okay? This post reads, my portrait of an introvert spontaneously exploded. Yikes, probably due to me packing in my bottles a little too tight into my display, or spring heat. Not excited to clean this up. Hopefully MoonCat has an extra they can give me. Now in this thread, several people who purchased Portrait of an Introvert said that, they said unfortunately that their bottles also broke, not exploded, no one said exploded, but that their bottles broke and that MoonCat had run out of supply and they could not issue them a replacement and only a refund. Now this was a limited edition shade, so I understand a lot of people were disappointed in that, and it is extremely, extremely unfortunate and just kind of a bummer. Now I will agree with what this poster said, and several people said that they felt like that person probably packed their stuff too tightly in that acrylic case. You can see even their other MoonCats are bending the shelving, and that's not good. Now mind you, this is glass. This isn't like porcelain. This isn't dainty little things we have to be uber delicate for. You know, glass, you should be able to drop glass and it not shatter and break. I've dropped nail polish bottles before. I've never had a bottle break on me. I've only ever received broken bottles, okay? I've never broken a bottle, but that is one thing to point out. Maybe their shelving was just a little too tight to be packing MoonCats like that. But it shouldn't be expected for your bottle of nail polish to just explode. And this is where the issue comes in. A lot of people are blaming these seams. This is the old seam versus the new seam. Now, the old seam is definitely still there. You can still see it. And I don't think it's the seam's issue. I think what the issue here is the face of the bottle. The face of the bottle is so unbelievably thin in its glass that it's just being pressed and squeezed and then cracked. Every single photo I saw of these MoonCat bottles breaking, it's either the face of the bottle that has cracked completely and shattered just down the face, or it is the bottleneck being cracked and broken and that top part just coming off completely cleanly. I think that's where the main issue lies, is that these bottles are now so thin that they are not surviving. And here's like all the photos I could find of MoonCat's broken bottles. It seriously, it looks like it breaks in two places and that is it. It breaks on the face of the bottle or the neck. And that just seems really bad that it has two dangerous places. But here's the post that really set everything ablaze. MoonCat sent me to urgent care. I'm a huge Powerpuff Girls fan, so I bought the box and was so excited to get it. It was delivered a few days ago, and of course I immediately did my nails with Chemical X. Then I went to screw the cap back on, and the bottle shattered in my hand. The shattered glass cut my hand badly enough that I ended up needing 5 stitches. Customer service is sending me a new bottle and they gave me a $25 credit. But seriously? This isn't even the first time the bottle of mine has shattered like that. Their bottles need major redesign ASAP. Now, I could not find any of their previous posts. It does not look like they've posted about this before on the subreddit, but they have said that this is not the first time it has happened to them. What? Now again, this person provides no photos of their broken bottle, no photos of their stitches, and no photos of their hospital bill. I'm not saying we're entitled to that information, but this person, they just wrote something and then posted it to the internet. I would like to see proof with this. I would like to see your hand cut. Give me your blood sacrifice. No, I just feel like this is extremely important just because, especially in the US, for litigation purposes, it's better to have more photographs than none. And I would just like to see the damages that have been done to their hand. Also, I feel like it would provide irrefutable evidence to their claims, as if you broke a bottle of nail polish in your hand, you will now have nail polish on your hand. If you watch Nicole Love's stream, she recently broke a bottle in her hand and there was just polish all on her hand and now in her bloodstream. But it'd be nice to have this evidence, or even their screenshot of contacts with customer service to say, hey, I did do this thing and here it is. Now, I will say their first post is absolutely unacceptable. If a MoonCat bottle sent someone to the ER and they are American, $25 is jack fucking shit. The last time I went to the ER when I had health insurance, it was $300 and they didn't even do anything for me. They were just like, yeah, get better, I guess. They just gave me a bag full of fluid and said, peace, bitch. So to get actual stitches and all that, no. That's not enough. I believe they clarified later in that post that they actually sent them $200, but this is, no. Hi, I just wanted to update you all because the original poster has now since posted an update and I just want to read that to you all. Update. I sent MoonCat another email last night before I saw the comments telling me not to, LOL. Expressing my frustration at the situation and said that I was almost insulted by the fact that they gave me nothing more than a $25 credit. I got a response. They said that the original message I received was an automated and was sent in error, and they should have offered to reimburse my medical cost right off the bat. They refunded the entire order and are going to reimburse me for the full cost of my urgent care visit. They are also giving me an additional $200 credit. Make of that what you will. A lot of people are suggesting a lawsuit, but I'm not sure if this is feasible for me due to some personal issues I'm struggling with. I feel bad because I don't want anyone else to get hurt, but I don't know if I can mentally, emotionally handle dealing with a lawyer/lawsuit. I am not on any social media, but I may make an Insta or Twitter to try and spread the word about this. Maybe enough people pushing MoonCat about this will force them to finally take action. I can only hope so. Again, this poster is not providing any proof of said correspondence or even just photographs of anything. I would really appreciate it if they did that. I understand why they don't want to though, but it would be nice to have kind of irrefutable evidence to all these claims, as several people have reported bottles exploding, and I would just, it would just be a nice way to compile data. This person is quite active on Reddit as well. It seems like this is a true account. This isn't a trolling account. I went through their comments and stuff like that, and it seems like this is a legitimate person. It's not a bot. It's not really a hater. They seem very active, especially in the nail polish related subreddits, which makes sense. So I don't really doubt this poster whatsoever. I just would have liked more irrefutable evidence. All right, back to normal Linry. Now again, their post does not have proof. I would like to see the proof. I'm very fascinated on how the bottles are breaking and where they are, and the more evidence I have, it's just like it helps paint a picture of what has happened here. Now, several comments in that thread also, they were furious, they were mad, and this is where basically the I hate MoonCat descent began, and like now it's kind of a bit hard because the water gets a little muddied when, you know, you have a bunch of haters going and they're stomping around just being like, this is stupid, the brand sucks, why does anyone support them? We're trying to have a conversation here about what's going on. You stomping around saying, why did you support them to begin with, isn't very helpful. And that's what I want to do. I want to talk. I want to have a conversation about what is happening here. Now, with this post, I was like, well, the internet's not full of 100% truthers. You know, I always cast a little bit of doubt, but, you know, I have sympathy for what they have gone through. That sucks, and if it did happen, then MoonCat owes you a bit more, buddy. But I think what the true smoking gun of all of this was MoonCat's response. Not even 2 days later does MoonCat send out a mass email. Hi MoonCats, we're following up on a prior email we sent out about damaged MoonCat bottles. It is incredibly important to us that everyone has a stellar experience with MoonCat, and we deeply apologize if you've encountered any issues with us recently. Behind the scenes, we've been busy taking action on your feedback and want to keep you posted on our progress. Some of the proactive and precautionary steps include discarding and replacing existing inventory in an effort to eliminate any potential risks for damage. Slightly lowering our lacquer fill height. This will reduce stress on the bottles, especially in the summer heat. While our bottle capacity is significantly higher than the 12 milliliters listed on our label, we fill our bottles above that amount to give you the most product possible. Even the slightly lower fill line, you will still receive the 12 milliliter lacquer. Now, I just wanted to reiterate, legally, they have to do this. And the reason why most brands will underreport how many milliliters are in a bottle is that way they can always guarantee they will be above it. Because if you are under it, that is deep trouble for you. You have to provide the minimum that says that bottle is. So all brands fill to an excess. That way they don't get in trouble with the law. Conducting transportation testing includes a large-scale shipping test of our products to various regions with high temperatures. Ongoing quality assurance audits performing a variety of controlled tests led by our R&D engineers and scientists to subject our products to extreme conditions. They're going bobsledding. And identify any variables contributing to risks. Packaging enhancements, working with our engineers and suppliers to continuously improve our bottles and packaging design quality. Your experience is our top priority for us, and we're committed to making sure every encounter you have with us is exceptionally positive. Please reach out to us at support@mooncat.com if you're experiencing any issues or concerns, and we will work with you to make it right. Any details that you share directly with our customer support team are also passed along to our quality assurance team, and this helps us further improve your experience with us. Now, this is something that is incredibly crucial. Every time I have to contact a support team of something, I let them know what is up. I let them know if I have the batch number confirmed. I let them know what the issue is and whatnot, and I provide photographs. Oh my god, doing this while holding a mic is very hard. This is extremely important. If you want a brand to get better, you need to give them information. If MoonCat released a purple polish and your only feedback is, it sucks, that's not helpful. Saying, I don't like this particular facet of it, I didn't like the formula, I didn't like the color, I wish it was this way. Valid criticisms help a brand. Or, I wish it had more coverage, I wish the formula was thinner, I wish it was thicker. Like, this helps a brand improve, and sometimes not all criticism is useful, but I feel like if you're going to criticize something, you must give it valid criticisms and a way to improve upon. Additionally, if you have products, whether used, unused, or still in transit, that you prefer to return, refund, or replace for any reason, please reach out to us and we will be happy to do so without any questions asked. That is amazing. I love that. We want to express our sincerest apologies for the MoonCats who have reached out to us and truly apologize for any inconvenience this has caused. Your ongoing support means the world to us. The MoonCat team, support@mooncat.com. I feel like this is an excellent response to the criticism. A, they tell you how they're going to try and fix it immediately. There's a plan for action to happen today. 2, they're telling you how they're getting rid of all the past product. That way they don't have to worry, you don't have to worry, nothing like that. And 3, it looks like they're trying to work on their packaging or go back to their original bottles. Now, again, I feel like the glass is thin, and I don't know why it was done for that. Maybe it was a cost thing, but I can't imagine glass costing more than polish, so having more polish in your bottles, I mean, I don't know the general cost. Maybe that was cheaper for them to go a little bit thinner and have a little bit less glass, but it just doesn't work. It could also be technically making their packages lighter because they don't have as much glass, so now shipping's not as expensive. It could be just a shipping thing as well. Now, I do want to talk about the MoonCat packaging, as I have praised it before, and I'm still praising it. I really enjoy the MoonCat packaging. I enjoy that it is cardboard, it is nice, it is sleek, and I have never personally received a broken MoonCat bottle. But if this is the issue, then it's pretty easy to resolve. HoloTaco uses foam, other brands use bubble wrap, Island P uses plastic. But I do not see too much of a difference between this and the Island P one. They have relatively the same thickness. This isn't just flat cardboard. There's a little bit of a cushion there between the other cardboard, but it is an inset. But it is the inset, and they did mention the packaging, but I think that might be just a bit of a red herring because a lot of people blame the packaging. I believe since MoonCat came out, this has been their packaging, and it hasn't been that much of an issue. I have not seen that many broken bottles. I have seen the occasional broken bottle here and there. On the MoonCat fan pages and on the HoloTaco fan pages, it happens. Broken bottles happen. It's glass. But not to this extent. I believe fully, because for the last year that I've ordered MoonCat, I've received the new bottle and the old bottle. So I think they were just running out their full supply of their old bottles, and now they have fully replaced all their bottles with the new ones. They finally got rid of that old inventory and can finally start using a new one. I think that's where the issue is. I think it's the bottle, 100%. I think the bottle is especially flawed, especially since it's breaking in two places. As you can see in these photographs, the face seems to be the weakest spot. It seems like if something breaks on the MoonCat bottle, it's going to be the face, it's going to crack, and then just everything explodes from there. There was also a lot of discourse on if this was just an attack on MoonCat versus actual criticism. You always have to keep your mind open to that possibility. A lot of haters, people will try to trash things. Now, a lot of people said that this was only Reddit. Reddit was hating on MoonCat, but in several of the Reddit threads that I read, several people said that they were seeing the same exact complaining post on their Facebook group, the MoonCat fan Facebook group. Now, I cannot access that. I cannot grab it. I've been denied twice to join the MoonCat fan Facebook group. I don't know why. I filled out your stupid fucking survey. My favorite MoonCat shade is when hell freezes over, and that's the only question I had to answer, and like, fuck you, let me in. I tried twice, and then I was like, I don't want to fuck with Facebook anyway, so fuck you. If several people are saying they saw complaints on the Facebook group as well, and then several people say, yeah, well, you know, maybe they're all haters, or maybe they saw what I saw. I could not find anything. I tried Google Images, trying to find, like, maybe I could peek into the Facebook group with Google Images, and only one post from Facebook came up, and it was just like, not whatever. A vast majority of this criticism is happening on Reddit. And I think Reddit is just a little bit more critical when it comes to products and people versus companies and stuff like that. I feel like it's a little more critical of a website. Now, I also do want to talk about a few things, because I feel like MoonCat's had a quality control issue for a long time now, and I think that needs to be talked about. The first time I ordered from MoonCat, I received 2 polishes, and several people told me that both of those suffered a batch issue. 2 polishes in my first order of MoonCat? I ordered 5 polishes. What the fuck? And several time again, people are experiencing batch issues where their polish is too thick or the wrong color or whatnot. And this is just happening a lot to MoonCat. And I want to know, maybe they've laxed on their quality control issues. Maybe they're not testing things nearly as much, or like, because when a company orders pigment, there is no guarantee that they'll be able to get that exact same pigment over and over and over again. They have to get close enough and then make the product. There are small discrepancies in all of our polishes. No 2 polishes are like exactly the same, as variations happen between batch. But that variation has to be so minuscule that no one notices. So, what is happening with MoonCat's batch issues? Why are we seeing Stumped in like 5 different colorways? Why is House of Hades purple sometimes? And what is happening here? Personally, here's my critique on all of it. It seems like MoonCat probably needs to go back to the drawing board with their quality control issues. I would like to see MoonCat fully just come out the gate with a lot more quality control. I feel like that's really what's fucking them up. and they're losing a lot of goodwill with the community about it. Because yeah, it's nice you replace the bottle, but if I have to contact customer service every time I order from you, that's not a positive experience. So I would like to see MoonCat just increase their quality control overall. I am super pleased that they said that they're throwing out the old bottles, that they're doing their best to make this right. It feels good when a company acknowledges when things go wrong, and I have always praised MoonCat for that. When they had their crooked brushes and they came out weird, they sent out an email saying, guys, if you received a wonky brush, contact us. With the broken bottles in transit, they sent out an email saying, if you received a broken bottle, please contact us. And again, now they are again addressing the bottles, which is super positive. I just really enjoy it when companies address problems. I have been a part of communities where companies only address the problems and never fix them. So I'm hoping moving forward this Black Friday, we will see 0 broken bottles from MoonCat. I'm hoping we see leaps and bounds improvements, and I'm just very hopeful. I just really enjoy it when companies mention something wrong, because a few of us know, if you're paying a lot of attention, that HoloTaco also had a brush issue and they never addressed it. You know, companies don't have to address their issues, but it's nice when they do. I have several wonky Orly brushes. Orly never sent me an email saying, hey, there might be an issue. It's very forthcoming, and it puts the brand up to more criticism, because it's hard to say, hey, something can be wrong. Then people are like, why is there always something wrong with you? I just think the general issue is the new bottles, as the MoonCat shipping cartons have been the same at least for as long as I've been ordering from MoonCat. I just don't think the issue is the shipping boxes. I can see why people do think that though, as they are cardboard and everyone else in the industry is using foam, bubble wrap, or plastic. I don't think it's the issue. I could be wrong. I think it's the thin walls. And here you can see completely what the issue is with the seam. You see that seam is so now prominent, when before, like on my other bottle, it is so hard to see that seam. It is still there. So I don't think their glass manufacturing has changed that much, as it seems like they've always used a seam base fusion. Fusion? Oh! I think it's just how thin that front-facing wall is. I just wanted to put the word out there, just in case you're not subscribed to MoonCat's newsletters or anything like that, that the bottles seem to be spontaneously exploding. So I would just handle your bottles with care. Now, MoonCat never addressed the spontaneous explosions. I'm very curious to the validity of the randomly exploding bottles. I wonder how much of it is user error and how much of it is truth. If you've ever experienced a random bottle just exploding on you, please tell me in the comments down below. I'm very curious, and if you have photographic proof, that would be so nice. I can be like, hey guys, my house blew up. Can you prove me wrong? Overall, I just wanted to help spread the word and also have a conversation about this, as I'm genuinely curious if anyone else has experienced an exploding bottle. This is very bizarre, and I've never really experienced anything like that in the nail polish community, and I'm just genuinely curious. So if you have any experience with exploding bottles, please sound off in the comments down below. I'd like to have a conversation. I don't want to start a hate bandwagon on MoonCat. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm just doing this to help spread the word, have a conversation, and just talk about this. So if you've experienced any MoonCat bottles exploding, please tell me. If you've experienced broken bottles in transit, I certainly have. None of my Salon Perfects have arrived intact. But that was 100% a packaging issue. Please tell me about that. And how do you think MoonCat can solve this? And if MoonCat's lost you as a customer, how can they make this right to you? I'm genuinely curious. I think personally, for me, this is done enough, as they have addressed it, and I feel like that is enough for me to continue my support of MoonCat. I'm not gonna stop purchasing MoonCat, but I am gonna be a little bit more cautious with my little baby grenades. I hope you enjoyed my video. Bye! Yay, she's an Oreo. Yes. What's mommy doing? Getting hair on my outfit?